What's up, everybody? Today's officially Season 15 day of Apex. The patch notes came out yesterday, but I was a little busy yesterday to go through them, so I'm going to go through them today. Just a note, tonight I will be live. If you're seeing this today, I posted it. I will be live trying out the new legend on the new map. Super looking forward to it. My Twitch is linked down below, so go ahead and follow me over there and come hang out tonight. Say what's up. The new legend's Catalyst. We've seen her in trailers. This is the first time we've seen it written out. If you want some of her backstory, I will link this down below. You can watch it yourself. There's the trailer here, and they have her trailer linked as well. So her passive is Barricade, reinforced doors, strengthening them and locking them to enemy spaces where doors are being destroyed can also be reinforced. So like if a door is gone, you can send out your passive, and it'll essentially make a door when it's in the double doors or the single door. And as far as I know, they don't say it in here, but I think it's only stronger to players trying to kick down the door, but not necessarily like if Mad Maggie throws her ult at it, or I think even grenades. But I know that it's supposed to only be stronger when people are trying to kick the door down. Then they have the tactical piercing spikes. You throw out a patch of ferrofluid, it turns into spikes. When enemies are near, Catalyst remains immune to enemy spikes. So the tactical spikes, you throw out the ferrofluid, it spikes when the enemies start to run across it, and it slows them down, and I don't remember if it stuns them or does damage. I know it slows them down, and I think it does, I think it just stuns them. And then you have the ultimate, their Dark Veil, and she throws out a giant wall of ferrofluid. Enemies can walk through it and can shoot through it, and you can shoot through it as well. And you and your team can walk through it, but enemies walk through it, get stunned, they get a vision effect, and I think it also damages. And on top of that, what they don't put in here is it's also scan proof. So like Bloodhound and Seer can't scan through her ultimate, which is really nice. I think that alone will help put her into the meta, just because there's no real counter to the scan legends, and that gives you a good counter. So here, Broken Moon. I went over all the POIs as well as did a map preview video. I'm gonna link those down below. Here's a good look at the map. We didn't get to see it at this angle in the preview. This really gives you a good look at most, if not all, the POIs. Definitely an interesting map. It's interesting how there's this curve down here and how it's not round at all. It's like three circles that got mashed together, essentially. I think it's going to be a fun and interesting map. So if you want to see more about the map, I did go over it. Videos are linked down below. The seasonal map rotation is going to be Broken Moon, Olympus, and World's Edge. Thank God we don't have to deal with Stormpoint this year. I mean, not this year, this season, which, by the way, I should say this year because it is the rest of this year. This season's 105 days, so we don't get a new season until February. But at least we don't have to deal with Stormpoint in this season. Very happy about that. And no Kings Canyon, but I don't really like Kings Canyon that much either. Gifting, now you can gift stuff from the bundles that you've purchased, or you can buy them to gift to your in-game friends. I think you have to be friends for at least 3 days, but it is linked here if you want to go check it out for yourself. Stickers now. There's going to be stickers that you can put on shield cells, shield batteries, syringes, medkits, phoenix kits, which is actually why they changed the animation. Last season was to prepare for stickers for them this season. Firing range, this is nice. All legends are now going to be unlocked by default. Only in the firing range, of course, but that means now when you finally get 20 more levels, you want to unlock a legend, or hey, I really want a new legend, I'm willing to pay the $7 for it. You can go into firing range and you can actually try out the legends instead of just guessing and hoping you like the legend. Obviously, there's still a little bit of guesswork because you're not really playing it in PvP. Even if you're 1v1ing your friend or something, it's not the same. Now we get into the changes. We have ranked. They changed the entry level requirement from 10 to 20. They don't expand on that, but it's obviously to combat people smurfing, which is really frustrating, especially someone who's now only played 2 seasons like myself, who's still working on trying to get better. It's really frustrating when you see a guy who is level 11 and he already has a 4K badge and 20 kill badge, and it's just like, okay, this dude's obviously smurfing. And it's really frustrating when you're not where you want to be and you're trying to get better like myself. And then we have the balance updates with different weapons. Spoiler, there is no there is no Legends changes, which was interesting. I mean, I think we can all agree that there's a few Legends that need some changes. Buffs to Lifeline, Pathfinder, some others. Same thing, we want nerfs to Seer, maybe Caustic and some others, and there's no legend changes. Really interesting, but it is what it is. So from there, we have the crate rotation. What's going to drop in care packages? The Mastiff is now coming out of the care package, and the RE45 with disruptor rounds, which, is, if you know, you know, but it does more damage to shielded. It's kind of the opposite of Hammer Point, which does more damage to unshielded enemies. So the RE45 is now going in with disruptor rounds. Just another, people are only going to grab the Kraber, really out of it. Maybe the Bocek, but really people are just looking for the Kraber now that the Mastiff is back on the floor. The gold weapons on the maps are going to be the R301, the Devo, God, why the Devo? The 30-30 repeater, the EVA 8, and the Prowler burst. I like all of these, except I don't like the Devo being in there, because that means the Devo's already going to have, the turbo, which is going to be really annoying. But other than that, none of these really bother me. Maybe the EVA 8's a little annoying in there. Anvil Receiver is returning back to floor loot and crafting. This one, since I'm newer, I did have to look up for myself, but if you know, you know. If you don't, there's increased damage on the semi-auto fire select, and you shoot out 2 bullets per trigger pull instead of 1 when you're doing in semi-auto, and you have the Anvil Receiver, and that's going to go on the 301 in the flatline. Double tap trigger for the EVA 8 and the G7 got a little bit of a nerf with the rarity, increased to legendary, which is fine. I don't see that many people running the EVA 8 and the, especially EVA 8 with double tap. I just don't see it. I don't run into it very often, so I'm not really that concerned about that. Where it is nice is how they buffed it for the Scout and they improved the recoil, because it was just unusable past mid-range. Long-range was really difficult. Turbocharger for the Devo and the Havoc, damage reduced by 1 when equipped. I like that balance, because the Havoc was like the fastest killing AR in mid to short range when you had the Turbocharger. And now it kind of balances out where you have the faster time to kill once you're firing without it, and now your time to kill goes down just a little bit when you do have it, but it's still going to end up being a benefit. Hammer Point rounds for the Mozam, the 2020, and the RE45 are now removed from the floor loot and crafting bundles. People don't really pick up the Mozam, the P2020, now the RE45 is going to be in the care package, so I don't really think that's a huge deal, and I'm sure they removed it because people don't really run the Mozam in the 2020 anyways, and then they don't want 2 hop-ups for the RE45 when it's in the care package. Boosted loader for the Hemlock and the Wingman removed from floor loot and crafting bundles. Once again, I don't think that's really that big of a deal. Other than for the Wingman, people aren't running to go grab that, because people usually aren't running the Hemlock, and I see plenty of people, even running the Wingman, just not grab boosted loader, because it's not even that much of a benefit. Kinetic Feeder, Peacekeeper for the Peacekeeper and Triple Take removed from floor loot and crafting bundles. I don't really have an opinion on that. It's whatever. People don't really use the Triple Take, and I hate the Peacekeeper. So, crafting rotation, the Spitfire and the Peacekeeper are going into the Crafter, and the Havoc and the 2020 are returning to the floor. Nothing crazy. People are going to obviously craft the Peacekeeper, but the Spitfire probably won't be crafted that often. But people are going to craft their little PK all the time. Rampage LMG, which is still going to be in the care package. That's the other one I forgot. That's going to be in the care package. Now it's going to begin charged on first time pickup from the supply drop, so you don't have to throw a thermite in it. You don't have to have a thermite from what I understand. And then they remove the heat decay over time. Rampage and Sentinel, now you can recharge both of those before the charge is expired, which is really nice. So you don't have to, if your charge expires while you're mid gunfight, you don't have to, now you have to recharge it. You can finish a gunfight, go push another team with it already recharged, so you don't have to run out when it's inconvenient. The Mastiff, now that it's on the ground, of course, it's going to get a little bit of a nerf like they always do when they return back to the floor loot. And its capacity is now down from 4 instead of 5, and they widen the blast pattern or the bullet spread. And the damage per pellet's reduced from 14 to 11. Projectile growth reduced, and so that means they won't spread out as much when you shoot them out. And reload can now be canceled with ADS. I want them to make it have less damage range, but that's just me. It's still going to be frustrating when I'm getting shot from a Mastiff from what feels like 25 meters. But it is what it is. Hopefully the Mastiff feels good when I have to fight against it, because I'm just not a shotgun person. If you've watched Warzone, if you watch me play at Apex, you know I'm not a shotgun person. RE45, the damage was increased from 12 to 14, and disruptor rounds increased damage against shields by 30%. Buff to the RE45 is right in line with it going into the care package. Then the L-Star, reduced recoil at the beginning of the pattern, stow animations adjusted to better match timings. Who cares who's running the L-Star unless it's the only thing you can grab. The recoil is really nothing anyways. Volt SMG, it got reduced projectile speed or bullet velocity, and that's kind of a big deal. And then increased projectile gravity. I don't know why they try to make it sound fancy. That's just more bullet drop and less bullet velocity for terms that come from any other shooting game. I don't know why they don't just use terms like that. Just like the blast pattern for the Mastiff and the projectile growth instead of just spread. But it is what it is. Triple take, rate of fire increased from 1.2 to 1.35. The triple take definitely needs a buff. People just don't use it. I actually really don't mind it. Choke charge time reduced to from 1.1 to 0.75. That's big. That's part of the reason why people don't use it. I think this will help people start using it more. R99 increased blue magazine from 24 to 25. Increased purple magazine size from 27 to 28. That's really nice because I literally run out of one bullet when someone's 1 HP all the time. And then Peacekeeper projectile growth reduced. I don't like that. That the spread's going to be less. I hate the PK so much. All Battle Royale maps. Ring 1 pre-shrink time increased to from 60 seconds to 90 seconds. So 2 seasons ago, up until the beginning of last season, it was 180 seconds. They moved it all the way down to 60. Now we're meeting right in the middle at 90. Well, it's not right in the middle. Right in the middle would be 100. Would be like 100 or 120. But that's here nor there. It'd be 120 if it was in the middle. Quality of life updated the UI tab, navigation system, and presentation. I don't know if I like it. I quick jumped on earlier to go ahead and unlock the new legend and stuff, but I don't know if I like the UI. Updates various menus to use from updated tab navigation system. Zip lines can now be pinged. That's a nice little addition. And decrease the time required to pick up 2 teammates' banners from their death boxes by canceling the initial banner animation when you pick up a second banner. Thank God. It's so frustrating when you gotta pick up both and you're like strafing back and forth to the second one, waiting for that one animation to finish, and then you die. So frustrating. Bug fixes. Stormpoint fixed the issue where Zipline was missing. Kings Canyon fixed the bug where players could not ping Race Portal in their town takeover. Fixed the bug where decimal numbers showed up on stat screens when they shouldn't. Vantage fixed the bug where snipers mark damage multiplier will continue even after a player is down. It made for an easy finish, but I don't really care. That's not a problem. Fixed bug with Vantage passive ability displaying teams of 3 when less than 3 players are alive in a squad. I don't think I ever ran into that one. And I played a lot of Vantage last season. I played half the season. I only played Vantage. Revenant fixed the bug with the Revelation skin where players would experience the camera clipping into the shoulder after exiting Shadow Form. Valk fixed bug for cases where Valk would remain in her skydive animation after interacting with a replicator. Never ran into that, but I didn't play much Valk this season, or last season. Crypto fixed a bug where Crypto's Bywon Blade heirloom wouldn't be visible while using a survey beacon. Fixed a bug during the tutorial where the first loot bin could be inaccessible if a player attempted to open it while standing between the bin and Bloodhound. Fixed the bug where some players with custom controls couldn't jump. Fixed the bug where timer would show the incorrect time for the next ranked season to start. Fixed for cases where loot bins could crush a player to death if they got caught between the lid and the wall. Fixed cases where the player could get stuck inside replicator if they were knocked down while using it. 30-30 repeater and Mastiff fixed for cases where players were unable to aim down sights until reloading is complete when done at certain times, which they said can be canceled by ADS. So is a bug and a buff? I don't know. Fixed bug where the user location on the minimap wouldn't update properly to show the direction the player is facing during the skydive sequence. Fixed, that's a non-issue. Fixed for bug where the legend ability UI would flicker when going to a legend select tab before the match starts. And fixed for firing dummies to take damage appropriately based on hit location. So people were speculating that there was going to be a new helmet because the damage for the headshots was different, and I guess that was just a bug. Dev team beta testing DirectX 12 on PC. This season we're introducing an opt-in beta feature support for DirectX 12 on PC. To learn more what it means for the future improvements and how you can participate, you can check that link. But that's it. That's the patch notes. I think the weapon meta is going to be pretty much the same. I think the legend meta is going to be it will be the same unless Catalyst makes a real effect on the meta. And so I don't think things are really going to change too much. I'm going to be interesting to see how the Mastiff plays on the floor now and how much people just use the Mastiff versus crafting the PK. But like I said, I will be live tonight, so come check it out. See the new legend, see the new map. But thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more. I hope to put out a video in the next day or two over what I think of Catalyst, as well as upcoming Warzone content. So hit that notification bell so you know when all that comes out. And let me know down below what you think of these changes. Do you wish there were some legend changes? Do you like the weapon changes? What do you think about the map rotation? Let me know what you think down below. And like I said, I'm going to link this down below if you want to check it out yourself. along with my Twitch, like I mentioned, and my TikTok and Instagram, which I post on almost daily, and my Twitter, which is more personal and less gaming. But if you want to check any of that out, please do. Please follow me, other platforms, and I will see you on, Broken Moon with Catalyst. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.